In tonight's Money Count, we're trying to get to the bottom of George Soros' investment in an increasingly radicalized Occupy movement. Soros funds an Occupy outfit that has been openly criticizing what they call America's, quote, sham democracy. They call the police armed mercenaries, and they suggest rebellion in the streets. Now, when Soros was asked in a Daily Beast interview this week whether the Occupy movement that he supports would lead to riots on American streets, he responds, yes, yes, yes. And the interview noted that Soros responded, I'm quoting her, almost gleefully. So why would Soros be gleeful about the prospect of violent riots in America? Let's put that puzzlement to a man who has been following both Soros and Occupy very closely, BigGovernment.com's Andrew Breitbart. So, Andrew, why do you think he'd be gleeful about this?
Well, George Soros funded the anti-war movement. He funded MoveOn.org. He funded International Answer. He funded all these groups, Fire Dog Lake, Media Matters, which got Barack Obama elected by targeting George W. Bush. I'm telling you, David, the Occupy movement is the exact same group of people, funded by the same group of people, with George Soros at the very top of the chain. Occupy movement, now that we're at war, around the world, there is no anti-war movement, but we're about to have an anti-bankster movement heading up to this election cycle with potentially Mitt Romney, and that's who they predicted, who could be framed as the typical bankster. The irony is that to show how conspicuous Occupy is, isn't it amazing that a person like George Soros, who is the definition of a bankster, who is involved in a sinister cartoon-like way of making money by taking down international currencies, the British currency, the Malaysian currency, and now he's flirting with a group that is actively pursued, trying to create riots in the streets of America for his own political gain. You could not create a more sinister, cartoon-like villain, yet he's exempted from criticism by the Occupy people.
All right, just so folks out there who don't know, do know, George Soros I think he holds the record for making more money in one currency trade one day than any other person on the planet, and that was when he bet against the English pound and made $1 billion in one day. As a result, the British pound, as a result of that trade, lost about 10% that day. A lot of Brits lost money because of this guy. Do you think he's planning the same thing? Is that why he's gleeful about riots in the street here? He's
absolutely
making a bet on the dollar failing?
Oh, 100%. This guy will profit off of anything. And the perfect analogy for this cartoon-like bad guy is that he's the puppet master. I mean, he is engaging in invigorating street theater of young kids who are now under President Obama no longer feeling hope and change, but they're starting to feel, wait, I don't have a job. I've got a barista job maybe 2 days a week, and these people are now angry, and instead of getting angry at the president that he helped elect, they're now aiming this at this amorphous banker situation, and I guarantee you the Occupy movement will be going after Romney while ignoring the fact that Barack Obama is the #1 in the history of politics Wall Street donor money guy.
Yeah, well, it's certainly in terms of the bailout money, absolutely. But finally, on George Soros, he's been for a global currency for a long time. He likes the idea of a global economy, and he wants a global currency. Do you think he's making a play for that?
He's making a play for whatever will make him the most amount of money, and he's willing to use American citizens on the streets to pit each other in class warfare and potentially rioting. It is in the DNA of the radical anarchists that he has orchestrated and the radical socialists that come from an international lineage. It is in their DNA to foment social unrest, including physical activities like rioting.
Well, on that happy note, have a great weekend. Andrew Breitbart.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you very much. Good to see you.